In the last section, we were able to start up our test suite separately using Docker Compose. This new container definitely respects the volumes that we've set up, so any time that we change our project files or folders, the test suite is going to see the change to those files and automatically rerun, which is definitely ideal. However, you'll notice that we've still got this kind of interactive menu right here. It would be really great to be able to press P, T, or Q to filter by file name, test name, or essentially just work around with the test suite a little bit. But we can see that if we hit enter here, or P, or Q, or T, W, whatever it might be, none of this input that we're adding into our terminal is getting sent over to the running test suite. So a quick reminder on why that's occurring. Here's a diagram of what's happening right now. We've got our test container and the web container. Both of those different containers start up with a primary command. For the test container, it's npm run test, and for the web container, it's npm run start. Anytime a process is created inside these containers, it automatically gets a connection to standard in, standard out, and standard error. And as a reminder, standard out, standard in, and standard error are all process specific. So every different process inside this container has its own instance of standard in and standard out. Now we are currently typing in our terminal, but there's nothing in place that is taking our text input, like the keys we are pressing, and automatically forwarding that input over to standard in of the test container. That would be ideal, but it's not set up to do that by default. And unfortunately, using Docker Compose, we cannot easily set that up. So let's try taking a slightly alternate approach here. Let's try creating a second terminal window. And in that terminal window, we're going to run the docker attach command. Remember what docker attach does. With docker attach, we can forward input from our terminal directly to a specific container. Let's try that out and see if we can't kind of get that connection to the test suite and be able to hit P, Q, T, all those different things to manipulate the test suite. All right, so I'm going to open up a second terminal window. And inside of here, I'm going to get the ID of that running container with docker ps. So here's the ID of the container. Make sure you've got the one for npm run start. I'll then try running docker attach, and then I'll put that ID in. So again, remember what docker attach does. We are attaching to the standard in, standard out, and standard error of the primary process inside that container. So in theory, if we type something into our terminal, that input will be sent to standard in on that primary process. So let's see what happens. I'll run that command, and then it looks like my cursor is just kind of hovering here, so it feels like something is going correctly.